We're going to send you home to your mom and dad. We're going to fucking take care of you. We're not here to destroy you. We're going to fix you. So then they started asking me about other details, and I started giving them. We end up with a little diagram like this. Now, I wanted to share this for one reason, and we'll get to that in a minute. I didn't know how many shots rang out. But I found out through this diagram, because they're asking me about positioning, where I was, what angle. They're trying to get their trajectories, all their shit in line. I didn't know the whole time they're building a fucking case against me, man. I thought they were helping me. Although I was thinking I was helping myself and trying to find my own way out, and I thought this would be it. They're trying to build this case as to what I did, what I'd done, and how it happened. They'd already found the body. They found the body before I even made it to Tulsa. The body had already been reported. They already had a crime scene out there. It took them a little while to attach me to that crime scene, but they did. Anyways, you see the first 2 shots in the front of the face. Shot 1 was when I turned and he went to come up at me. He knew he was had. Shot 1 hit him. Spun his head. Shot 2 entered the bottom of his tooth and his jaw and spun him. Like instantly spun him around and exposed his back as he was falling towards that tree. 3 shots. Shot 3, shot 4, shot 5 severed the spine. That was the kill shot. Wasn't instant. He had to bleed out and he had to choke out on blood. Okay. Shot 5 was the kill shot. I'll say 99.9% sure. I may be off, and it may have been shot 4 was the one that severed the spine and was the ultimate kill. Okay, so they're showing me this diagram, and they're like, Gary, you're lying to us. They're like, why did you take your friend back out to the scene of the fucking crime? The fuck are you talking about? Now they got me right. They got my head fucking. Now they dropped a bomb on me and twisted on me. I never went back out. The last place I want to go is the motherfucker I think that's still alive and can hunt me down. In fact, I'm telling the detectives, are you sure he's dead? Are you sure he's dead? And they're like, he's dead. He's dead. I don't believe them. I'm waiting for this motherfucker to walk through the door and get his revenge. But they're showing me these diagrams, and this is what the coroner gave to them to use for the investigation. So, they're looking at me. They're like, you went back out there, man. We've got witnesses. I'm like, no. You're fucked now. Now you're lying. Fuck you. Investigation's over. Do whatever the fuck you want now. You're lying. They said, Gary, we know you went back out there, and we know you shot him again. Or did you let your friend shoot him because you was mad at what he was doing? They had found a 12-gauge slug. Now, I don't remember left or right, but I put it on there either way. But right there where you see that little darker blue line and that little orange spot was a 12-gauge slug that went into his elbow and come up into his forearm and embedded in his forearm. There was no blood. It was a postmortem. It was after he was already dead. There was no blood to come out. Somebody shot that body after he was dead. Ladies and gentlemen, I never went back out to that scene. Ever. When I left it, that was it. It was behind me. I went out to a river bottom, Verde River. They're hearing me tell this, so they're trying to make me say I went back to the river. No, I went to the river bottom with my friend to see what I should do. He said, go home. Now I'm here with you guys, okay? So do what the fuck you're going to do and be done with it. I didn't go back out there. So they're like, okay, you already lied to us. And I'm thinking, well, you're fucking lying to me now. I'm done. Do whatever the fuck you're going to do. Let's be done. So they finished up a little bit more. They definitely tried to, I'm not going to say they tried to beat it out of me. The one bad cop, he did fucking grab me a couple times in a little bit of a rough manner and tossed me from one seat to the next. It was brutal to a 15-year-old that just went through what he went through. And, yeah. They did their investigation. They called my mom and dad, said, meet them downtown. They looked at me right in my face and said, your mom and dad are meeting us, and we're going to drop you off, and they're going to take you home, and we'll be in touch. Ladies and gentlemen, I would not come out and see my family or be with my parents or my brother or sister. I wouldn't see my brother or sister again until December 21st. 30 years ago, this coming December 21st, was when I finally got to go home on house arrest. A judge, bless him. I'm not going to throw his name out there yet. I will in a book or maybe at a later time. He is a very, very good judge. He's really had a good career, but he was a fucking savior for me, finally, because the first judges was like, we ain't letting you out. You're charged with second-degree murder and armed robbery. We can't let you out. I'm like, how the fuck am I charged with second-degree murder and armed robbery? Ladies and gentlemen, that have bit me in the ass. Lying right off the rip, not knowing what I should do, how I should handle it, bit me in the fucking ass during that investigation because the sheriff, and I'll say his name, Joe Arparo. Here's the thing, I liked him. I thought he was a pretty decent sheriff. Very controversial, but I kind of liked him. I would find out later that through being an election year and the political winds the way they were shifting, that the bureaucracy would turn against me. Silence had to be done. In essence, his hands was tied. The first judges in the case, their hands were tied. They couldn't let my story hit the fucking airs, man. Not during a political fucking race, not during political pendulum swinging. They couldn't let my story hit the air. They couldn't let my story get out. Why? Vigilantism. Y'all are about that, huh? Let's go be a fucking vigilante. I paid an ultimate price because of the fear of vigilantism. They didn't want parents that were in current situations trying to deal with the justice system going out and acting out against offenders against their kids. B, they didn't want other kids like me that were in a situation to catch wind of it and just automatically start shooting and killing motherfuckers instead of turning them in. And then they didn't want people that have never been through nothing, but they find solidarity in saying, I'm going to go kill these motherfuckers. So thanks, okay? That was back in 1990. It's much worse now. That shit's detrimental to victims. I'll preach it every fucking day. I'll let you have your feelings. But my mom and dad showed up. They never took the cuffs off. They said, sorry, he's being booked on second-degree murder. And he's being booked. Now, this ain't an actual photo of me, but that's a young teen being thrown in something he's never fucking been around before. I've been in trouble, but never to JDC, never locked up. All my dreams were taken from me, and now a nightmare was in play. I was going to prison for the rest of my fucking life for killing someone that fucking did this shit to me for so long. I didn't have solidarity at this moment. I didn't have unity. I have fucking nightmares.